All right. We just talked about the other conference that will probably be getting the playoff bid. We'll see. It should be close. But the American Conference, North Texas versus Tulane. These are two solid programs. North Texas is playing amazing. They have one loss against a USF team. It was a blowout. That was not a good look for them, but USF looked amazing until those two games against Navy and Memphis that they choked away. But Tulane, on the other hand, they've had some ups and downs as well. They got blown out by Ole Miss. It makes sense. That's a playoff team. They beat Duke. They beat the ACC runner-up or possible ACC champion.
Possibly.
And then they lost to University of Alabama at Birmingham after they fired their coach. Granted, there were some injuries, but nonetheless. How do we feel?
Well, first off, this game is in New Orleans, so we got to take that into consideration. The problem I'm having with this game is Tulane has got some ups and downs this season. They certainly have played some really good games and then some really bad games, and even like good halves and bad halves. It's the Jake Retzlaff experience. Do we know if their coach is going to be coaching or not? John Summerall.
I think he already took a press conference at
Florida.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't like, and this is going to be super hypocritical of me, given my situation. I don't love the idea of coaches not being there or present or having distractions during this week. Yeah, we're probably going to get to another situation about that. And they're going to need everything against North Texas because, yeah.
I just looked it up. He will be coaching. He will be coaching.
Okay. Well, to what capacity? How is he going to be there, you know? Because he's probably been a little distracted. How are his kids going to play knowing that he's not their coach or what the future is going to hold, yada, yada, yada. I still think that they try, you know, and he's going to try not to, especially the kids, maybe not him as much, or I think he's going to try, but he's got a lot on his mind.
It says he will also coach the playoffs if he makes it, so they do have something to play for.
Okay, well, that's good, and good on Tulane for letting him do that. You know, he got him there. He put in some good years. They probably don't have much to lose, so yeah, give it to him. I still like North Texas for some reason. Tulane has to keep up with them offensively. Defensively, North Texas is probably going to give a lot to Tulane, but offensively, North Texas is going to just score and score and score. So Tulane just makes too many mistakes with Retzlaff at the lead that those mistakes are going to make the difference in the points scored. So give me North Texas.
That is very fair because, okay, first retraction. I confused Memphis with Tulane. They didn't lose to University of Alabama at Birmingham. They lost to UTSA in a blowout. That's my bad. Brain fart. But nonetheless, that was a second game of the year that Jake Retzlaff got benched. And that is when we heard from his burner account in the comments. And after what Chance just said and what Connor is saying, Connor is picking North Texas in this game as well. We might be hearing from his burner again. It could be pregame. It could be at halftime. It could be at the end of the game. We will see. We'd love to hear from you, Jake. We'll always have last year.
You're always number one in our hearts. I do like the guy. I have nothing against him. I like him as his personality, his being. Great dude. Just as a football player, I don't trust him. He has super high ceiling, but the floor is lose to Kansas and cost you the playoffs.
That is true. It is. It's really hard to. This one's honestly a bit harder than I would have thought. But North Texas's offense is amazing to watch. It's super fun. The only team that has absolutely bottlenecked it was USF's, and they bottlenecked it. They crushed them in the second half. It was a blowout. It wasn't even close. Their quarterback is it Mestemaker, correct?
Mestemaker.
Yep. He's the 0-star recruit that didn't even play in high school, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to say that I think that this would be an amazing story. This would be like Brock Purdy being Mr. Irrelevant going to the Super Bowl for the
Yeah.
49ers.
Oh yeah.
That would be an amazing thing to see, is that's a kid that never even got a chance in high school, gets his chance here, makes the playoffs.
How does
That
that
would
even
be
happen?
crazy. Oh, the
How
thing
does
is,
first off, like, is it discredit to their high school coaches where it's like those high school coaches are idiots for not letting him play, or is it credit to this coaching staff for like, hey, you're undersized, you have this wrong, let's work with you, you have the potential, and then turn them into that. Like, what is it? Is it a combination of both? Whatever it is, it's incredible.
yeah, maybe he just wasn't as committed back then. I don't know. Like it is.
Yeah,
There's a lot of questions. I'd have to know more about his recruitment process and how he was in high school, which
I
high school.
did hear that like he was small and there were flashes of potential, I guess, but his body just wasn't right. Like he was really small, and I guess he just like worked really hard at it, and the coaches saw it. That's kind of what I hear, which would be a cool story of somebody being like, "Hey, water boy over here, you pump some iron. I really see it. Did you see that spiral you threw in the warm up to our QB, warming him up? I see some potential in you. You know, let's go to college. That would be crazy. And how do you even find a dude like that and just point it out? The head coach, I can't remember his name. I should know it. In North Texas, that's what he does apparently. Is he finds that random QB and he's a guru at it. So credit to him if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, you did say, how does this happen, Chance? How does this happen? I don't think it does, is the thing. I'm going with the Green Wave. I'm taking Tulane. I bounced on this team in the Duke pick. I believed in them, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. And I switched, and I was proven wrong. I'd be wrong. I'd be absolutely discrediting the state of Louisiana to not pick Tulane in this game. They've been
All right.
there, done that in the American Conference. They're always something special in that conference. So I'm riding with the wave. Let's get it. But Jake, Jake,
He's got to
come
play.
on. Come on, man. It's you could you could really, like, could you just imagine you could rub it in BYU's face making
If
the
he made the
playoff
playoffs and they
at
didn't,
Tulane and BYU gets bounced because of some bogus committee just crap.
or hear me out, they play in the first round.
That's must watch television.
If BYU
Uh,
wins, they have to jump up to home field advantage, you'd think, right?
you would hope, but
And then, hey, Tulane there. If Tulane's maybe the 11th seed, 12th seed, probably not 12, but maybe if you stretch the 11th seed, there's two G5s. Maybe.
I that would be must watch.
That would be crazy.
That'd be a crazy game to see. I'd love to see it, but we'll see. You got to beat North Texas, and that's probably one of the best offenses in the nation right now. So that we'll see if Mestemaker gets poached very soon. So he's looking great.